But yeah, I've been pleased with our offensive line. I think they've done a really nice job. I mean, I think anytime you don't punt in a game, you probably feel pretty good. So I felt pretty good about what we did on Saturday offensively. But that was all preseason to me. Now the season starts. It's the first game for us in the Big Ten, and we'll find out where we are. I think the one thing that's really easy for me and great for me to explain to recruits, the first thing we do when recruits show up here on their official visit is we don't go do some fancy thing. We take a picture with them, and then we walk them right out into the field, and we show them hey, here's the number of sellouts in a row, and here's the All-Americans. And then we talk about the field and how our hope someday is that they win a championship on that field, but also that they graduate on that field. And how the University of Nebraska is not a football factory. It's a place of development, and that's a proof of it, that you can sell out for 400 straight games, and you can lead the country in academic All-Americans. Now they've changed some of the parameters and they're giving some away to other people, but we've been the leader in that for a long time. So it's just a perfect blend of everything, right? And it's what drew me here. It's what draws other people here. So I think getting to 400 will be great. My job, though, is to make sure that we win that game so that people leave happy about it, not anything else. So I'm just trying to stick to football.
Do you expect Jamari Butler to be available?
I do, yeah. Jamari could have played Friday night. I think that was more of a got Cam in there. We liked the way Cam was playing. Got Kai in there and just thought, you know what, we were in control of the game. Let's push him to this week and get him a little bit healthier for this Friday night game. You play on a short week. We probably put some of the twos in earlier than I normally would in that game, which was actually really beneficial. They got a chance to play, even on that fourth down, fighting to keep them out of the end zone. I think that was really good for us. So Jamari should be way more healthier this week. Our goal is to go 1-0 every week. Now that we're over with it, though, when you look back on it in hindsight, you went 1-0 in non-conference play, which is what we're supposed to do. Good teams do what they're supposed to do. But now we start the Big Ten, and we're trying to compete to win the Big Ten. That's why we're in it, right? So, all of these games matter. All these games are important, and so this is a great opportunity. It's our first league game, and so yeah, we didn't certainly approach the preseason like the preseason. But to me, it's just, hey, now we're entering Big Ten play, so our approach doesn't change, but just the gravity of the situation was a little bit different. I think we're doing fine physically. I mean, I think defensively, I think if you asked everyone on defense, they didn't like the tackling the other night. Our yards after contact, which has been in the 80s, the first two games was 180, so it was 100 yards more than it had been. So I think that was something that really kind of bothered us. Even at halftime, I was very calm and stoic at halftime. I was like, hey, you're going to win the game. What's bothering you guys right now, which is a really great thing. I'm so happy that it bothers us. We're not just happy to win. Now we're starting to play to a standard and understand, when we're not playing to the standard, it really bothers us. So, giving up a long drive and giving up 3 points in the first drive really bothered them. And that means that our guys are maturing, and they're not just playing, they're not just playing to, for the result. They're playing for the way that they play. So, so physically, I mean, that was a game we went out and we decided we were going to throw it more than run it early on, and then hope to run it more in the second half and have a lead. As I told our team, we needed the defense to play better to run the ball more. We needed more than 45 plays. Kind of I think you asked that the other night, right, or whatever it was. So, but I think we're a pretty physical team. We'll find out this Friday night. This is a really physical team. The other thing that we're now realizing, okay, is, and this Friday night, obviously it's a ranked team, so it'll be maybe different, but we're no longer like the hunter. We're no longer like the unranked team that people are like, who do we have this? Oh, we're playing Nebraska. Oh, okay, we beat them the last 4 years. Now you're the team that your people are preparing for. The UNI players who I had a lot of respect for. I mean, I thought that quarterback was a dude. I liked him too. Was a dude. After the game, they talked about, hey, we talked about this game all summer long. And our guys have to understand that, when then you start putting numbers in front of your name, right? People start saying, oh, we want to go beat a ranked team, So it's not quite your question, but I just do think our guys understand you're going to see different things. So all of a sudden we come out against these last week and they're bringing 0 in the red zone. It's like, okay, well, they got us on one. Now we need to kick a field goal. That could cost us a game at some point, right? So we have to be better in those areas. And so we're having to do a lot more situational stuff, to your point, Mitch, because we haven't been in, haven't had to go down there at the end. Last year we went there and, we were emotionally, physically, and mentally ready. There's 3 levels of ready you have to be. You have to be physically ready, you have to be mentally ready, you have to be emotionally ready. Last week we were physically and mentally ready. I don't know if our defense was emotionally ready. And that's hard to do. That's why teams don't go undefeated very often unless they're way more talented. It's just very hard to win every game. I thought our offense was definitely emotionally ready, right? But last year when we went to this game, we were all three, right? And they were a really good team. There's nothing was going to stop us, so can we, while I'm happy we're at home, it's really about those three things. Or are we going to be ready to play on Friday night, or is it going to be about all this other stuff? This is going to be an absolute battle. They're a really, really good team. And it's why in preseason when people start asking about the schedule's easy early, is it? I mean, I'm looking at power rankings now, and we have one of the hardest schedules in the Big Ten moving forward that coming out last week, right? So all that preseason fluff everyone talks about is not real. You get to especially now in the transfer portal era, you better just get to the season and see who you're playing. And now we're facing a ranked team in week 4, right? And it looks like there's some more ranked. We'll be facing some more ranked teams. The key for us is to play well so we can be a ranked team. And so this is an excellent team we're facing that's on a mission right now. So we'll have to be ready.